Have you dreamt of studying at Harvard, Oxford, MIT, Cambridge, or any of the top schools in the world? If yes, you'd probably know that a crucial path leading up to that journey involves taking the GMAT or the GRE. And that choice can be hard. So in today's video, we're going to help you with all the information you need to make an informed one. Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. My name is Oshin, and in today's video, I'm going to break down for you the two most popular exams that can get you into your dream school. Let's dive in. What is the GMAT and the GRE? Created by GMAT or the Graduate Management Admission Test is a multiple choice computer adaptive exam that is usually required to get admission to graduate business programs across the globe. The GRE or the Graduate Record Examination, on the other hand, is administered by the ETS and is a multiple choice, standardized computer-based exam that is commonly taken to get admission to diverse graduate programs across the globe. Exam pattern. Let's consider the exam details for both GMAT and GRE. Take a look. As you can see, the GMAT exam is nearly 40 minutes shorter than the GRE, getting you in and out of the testing environment faster so you can celebrate being done sooner. Now let's go over the test structure for both exams. The GMAT and GRE are computer adaptive tests, the former featuring 4 sections and the latter 6. The GMAT has analytical writing ability, integrated reasoning, quantitative ability, and verbal ability sections. Whereas the GRE has analytical writing ability, where one section comes with 2 separately timed tasks, 2 quantitative ability sections, 2 verbal ability sections, an unidentified unscored section, and an identified research section. Now a key thing to note here is GRE's unscored section. It sort of creates an unpredictable atmosphere, as in the section can either deal with quant or verbal questions, so you wouldn't know. This could make you attempt every section more cautiously because you wouldn't know which is the unscored one. And when you actually study in a B school, this section will have no value. It will not impact your admission. Next, the GMAT is a question adaptive exam. This means the questions in each section keep changing based on your performance in the previous questions. On the contrary, the GRE is a section adaptive exam, which means that every section will adapt to your performance in the previous section. Now let's discuss a little bit about these sections in general. GMAT's verbal section tests reasoning and grammar and is perfect for those who love to dissect arguments. On the other hand, the GRE exam will test your vocabulary and may be challenging if you're not familiar with diverse sets of words. Coming to the quant section, this is where things get interesting. Both the exams have a somewhat similar section with questions that really test your mathematical skills. GMAT has a unique portion called data sufficiency. A lot of students struggle to understand what sort of answers this portion should have. However, you can easily tackle data sufficiency with these exclusive tips and tricks from mba.com. You'll find the link in the description. Also, GMAT's data sufficiency section is a real test to check if you're truly meant for certain challenges the business or corporate world can throw at you. It's commonly assumed that GMAT is a tougher exam. However, that's not the case. Over so many years, we've seen a lot of engineers with heavy quantitative backgrounds score really well on the GMAT, but we've also seen a lot of non-engineers with backgrounds in humanities and a lot of people with no knowledge or strength in math get a really high score on the GMAT too. So it's not really so much about the background that you come from than about how well you practice during your preparation for the GMAT. The GMAT and GRE scores remain valid for 5 years. What's interesting is that 90% of applicants choose to display their GMAT scores when applying for B schools. The reason behind this is definitely worth mentioning, which I'll cover in a few minutes. At this point, you might be thinking, why not just go for the GRE if GMAT has a tricky data sufficiency section? Apart from the fact that not all B schools accept GRE scores in the first place, you must also remember the crux of the GMAT exam. B schools look for creative problem solvers, critical thinkers, and good decision makers. And this is exactly what the GMAT exam and all its sections test you on. Key factors to consider. Now let's go over some critical points you must remember while choosing which exam to appear for. GMAT is a business school specific test and it's automatically the first pick for those looking to crack top business schools. The GRE, on the other hand, is a versatile exam and is not just specific to business schools. So if you're uncertain about what you want to study ahead, take the GRE. It might fit in wherever you want yourself to go. You must know that B schools today give a lot of preference to GMAT over the GRE because the GMAT tests an applicant's skills and helps gauge their ability and match them with a B school program. So if you're strictly aiming to get your MBA from a business school, you must remember that these institutions have trusted GMAT scores for years and continue to do so. GMAT has set the benchmark for being able to predict an applicant's academic performance and helps to understand if they can graduate today's management programs without difficulty. Plus, GMAT's IR section is a result of inputs from industry participants and B school admission officers. It assesses specific reasoning skills that are key to B school success. Numerous corporate recruiters also agree that the IR portion evaluates skills necessary for career success in business, finance, or other related fields. If that's where you want to go, GMAT is definitely the better pick. Let's discuss a little about the exam scores now, shall we? For GMAT, the scores are decided on a scale of 200 to 800, whereas for GRE, there's no scale score. The results for GRE are between 260 to 340. Anywhere above 700 and 325 for GMAT and GRE respectively is a stellar score. But did you know that several B schools across America and Europe usually publicize their GMAT scores? Moreover, upon extensive research, I've also seen that numerous European and US business schools also offer GMAT-based scholarships but not GRE-based ones. Not only that, a lot of global companies look at the GMAT score in their selection process too. Since the GMAT score is valid for 5 years, the same score can be used in your selection process while you're looking for a job after your MBA. I've also searched various surveys that have been conducted to measure the GMAT exam statistics, and here's what I found. The Application Strength Survey, a yearly survey of graduate B school admissions officers across the globe, shows 9 out of 10 applicants of MBA programs achieved a top 100 rank in the Financial Times Global MBA ranking. Out of those applicants, 7 in 10 appeared for the GMAT exam, whose score got them the rank. A recent poll conducted by MBA Crystal Ball, an admissions consultancy, showed that 4 out of 5 B school candidates consider the GMAT exam to be a better pick for B school admissions. Apart from being a preferred choice, the GMAT exam consists of questions that tailor themselves to your performance and therefore your capability levels are better depicted. It arrives at a score that's precise and clearly tells the admission committee about your capability. What this translates to is no wasted effort or time. Plus, the GMAT exam also offers you the freedom to select which order you'd like to finish the sections in. You will also be allowed to use an online whiteboard, a physical whiteboard, or both during your exam. What suits you best? Firstly, if you're inclined towards pursuing an MS, MCom, law, or other degrees, you could benefit from taking the GRE. But if you're looking to pursue an MBA, considering the GMAT might be best, given that it's a near accurate assessment of how well you can do at a B school program. Secondly, the GRE's verbal section is typically more challenging than GMAT's. GRE's verbal section includes more obscure words and phrases, and GMAT's does not. So it's usually more difficult for non-native English-speaking candidates. Now the Quant section for GMAT and GRE both is almost at the same level. So consider your mastery over vocabulary for sure while you're making a choice. Lastly, it might be relatively easier to get a high score on GMAT than GRE. GRE would typically require you to get practically all questions right. However, you can manage a good enough GMAT score without getting several tough questions right. That brings us to the end of this video. I hope this was helpful. If you'd like me to break down more exams for you in this series, let me know in the comments. Happy GMAT or GRE studying!